I was very shy, like painfully shy. Like I would hide behind my mum's legs at family parties, and I remember having a crush on a boy in school. I remember him saying he couldn't like me because I was a monster and my skin was dirty. My goodness, I wish I wasn't in this skin. That's what it was like. And very aware that people viewed me through a lens of skin color. You think you're different and you think it's in a bad way. You think you don't belong. You're not Australian enough to represent Australia at Miss Universe. I know what it's like to be told, this is who you are, this is the box you should be in, get back in. My parents are Indian. My dad is an ex-priest. My mum and my dad moved over here and they were very, very Catholic. My brother had come out and maybe initially they didn't understand. After he came out, because they didn't understand, Dominic had to go and figure out who he was on his own.
I met someone who I'd consider my first ever real love. And I just felt like that was the right time to tell my parents, hey, so I am seeing guys now and I just want you to be okay with it. They were taken aback. They were very confused. Why is this suddenly something they're hearing about? We were very close, and then I did move out. I remember I did have a few times I'd call her and be like, I really miss you, I really want to come home. I just forget what it's like.
And it was a really challenging time. I don't even think he knows fully like how hard it was. At 21, I met a really long-term partner, and over the course of that relationship, I knew I was curious and I knew I was attracted to women. And it wasn't until this year that I acted on that urge. I remember coming back from Miss Universe and I was enjoying my life and I was out at a party and I met this girl there and I could sense that there was an energy between us and we ended up kissing. I had red lipstick. It was all over her face. It was all over my face. And I was like, oh my goodness, let's go to the bathroom. Ran to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I saw our faces smeared in red and my thought was, what if someone I know has seen me? I was so worried about other people at this party knowing that I ended up leaving. But I spoke about it with my brother and he would just say to me, Maria, you don't have to fit anybody's labels. I'd spoken about it with my friends, I had told my ex, I'd told my brother, and I just thought, if I don't tell my parents, I'm still closeted, it doesn't matter who knows. I was very nervous to tell them, and I sat them down and I told them about this new project that is, coming out in the next year, and I was just like, also, I have been dating men and women. I am attracted to both, and funnily enough, my dad actually said in the moment, he was like, you know what? I think it's normal. It's okay. You don't need to make it a big deal. And I just thought, oh my God, the growth. If my brother hadn't been through what he had been through, I don't know if I'd ever be able to acknowledge this about myself, let alone tell my parents. So I am me because he is him. It was easier for me because it wasn't easy for him.
I realized how much we rely on each other. She'd rely on me for the help, but I'd also rely on her to learn this whole new world that we were entering. But you really just have to wake up and say that no matter what other people are thinking, I am my best self by my own definition.
It's not just because of race. You have a different physical ability. You have a different gender identity, sexuality. There are all these little things about who we are that the minute you're born into it, the world will tell you that's who you are, and this is how you think, act, and be. Being comfortable in your skin is saying, my skin transcends all of these boxes. Letting go of the fear of what if I don't fit in perfectly to what the world tells me to be. Being fearless, it means being fearless enough to walk in your skin, to walk in your own shoes, and embracing everything about that makes you you. It's not feeling like I need to be boxed into what somebody else tells me to be. It's giving myself the freedom to fearlessly just be.